Do you like vintage ballet stuff and vintage fitness stuff? Then come along and check out my Etsy shop, Barre Eternal. And please stick around till the end so you can get a special discount code to shop the store. So this is a different video because I'm taking you behind the scenes of another ballet related thing that I do. Let me explain. I have always liked vintage ballet and vintage fitness items, but for a while, whenever I would come across one, I would admire it from afar because I did not want to indulge into the idea of starting a collection. But these types of items always kept drawing my attention. A couple of years ago, I figured out a way. I found Etsy, an online platform that is designed for sellers that either create handmade items or curate vintage ones. And I was like, hey, that's how I can get all the beautiful ballet and fitness vintage things, but instead of keeping them for myself, I can sell them and find them new homes where they're truly loved and appreciated. So I focused on finding at least 30 items before I started the storefront on Etsy. And I called it Barre Eternal because I see ballet as something that is eternal. The beauty and allure of ballet persists through time. And fast forward to today, the store is thriving because what is special about it on the Etsy platform is that it only stocks items that are directly related to ballet or fitness vintage. You see, besides ballet, I'm obsessed with 80s and 90s aerobics and gym culture because when I quit ballet as a teenager, that's where I ended up, aerobics class and the weight room. This is something that has kept me in shape throughout my life, but the gyms of old times had a certain aesthetic that I find delicious. So I decided to include items of this sort as well. One of the best aspects of creating this online shop is to hear the stories from some of my customers. For some, they find an item that reminds them of their ballet journey earlier in life. For others, it's about a gift for a young dancer in their family. So far, I have heard so many heartwarming stories from many of the items sold. One example is super cute. A grandfather bought a Swan music box, and he said he always spends the summer with his two granddaughters at a lake house, and there are always swans in the lake. The two girls love ballet and are obsessed with the swans and Swan Lake, so he thought it was a perfect gift, and so did I. Another great story came from an older gentleman who also bought a different Swan music box because it was identical to one his mother had when he was little, and she used to wind it up for him when he was a baby to help him go to sleep. They lost the music box in a fire, and he was delighted to find another one to give to his mom for Christmas. I'm very proud to say the Etsy Barre Eternal store has shipped to all continents of the world, and one of the items was a gift for a ballet dancer in Paris at the Royal Academy from an American friend. Also, one of the vintage ballet costumes I found was featured in a model's photo shoot. A few of the vintage fitness items have been snatched up by Hollywood producers as well. So if you see one in the show, it might have come from Barre Eternal. I picked the items for the shop based on uniqueness, quality, and beauty. I started with just a few decorative items, but I have expanded to also having vintage ballet-inspired clothing or items inspired by ballerinas of a time gone by, such as luxurious luggage, perfume bottles, etc. The main idea is that all items in the store make you think of ballet or fitness in a vintage way. I have a lot of fun finding the items for the shop. I go to estate sales, thrift stores, antique stores, and I only pick the best quality items. There's a lot of stuff that I leave I have even got my husband involved in the search because we love to go traveling in our RV and explore it. And whenever we hit a new town, he helps me find stuff at the antique stores. And I must say, he's really good at it. Some of the items I find are perfect as they are, but sometimes I find something that has potential but needs a little bit of an update, so I get to work on it. I have also made some items by hand from scratch because I like to sew and make crafts. And what better way than to make it ballet related? One of the favorites for me to work on has been creating playsets with vintage Barbies, using reclaimed and vintage dolls, clothing, and materials to make truly unique ballerina playsets. I also made a vintage Barbie gym set recently, and that was super fun. You guys might have seen a video that I did with where I used Barbie dolls to tell the story of Swan Lake. Well, after I used the dolls for the video, I didn't want them to just sit around, so I created a playset with them and I put them in the store. And they found a perfect home. They were used by an educator to tell the story of Swan Lake to kids. And in the show notes, I am putting a link to his blog and how he used the dolls. He really did an amazing job. So make sure to check that out as well. Usually I post new items every week, and the store also has its own Instagram where I post new items as they come on. But sometimes I find pieces and they sit for a while until I figure out how I can make them part of the perfect item or set. Overall, I truly love putting in the time, finding all of the ballet and fitness vintage items, and giving them a platform to find a new loving home. Make sure to check out the store for yourself, and just for watching this video, get 20% off by using code YouTube at checkout. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to share and give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The discount coupon is in the show notes description. I will see you on the next one, lovelies. I am off to do some more shopping for the store. Who knows what I will find next.